and this is no personal jabs at other people that work here. I'm just saying as a whole, that fucking America's Got Talent show is unfucking watchable.
Well, they're going to say you're jealous, so be careful what you say. I used to like that show a lot. I liked it when Piers Morgan was the guy.
It's awful.
Is it really?
Unwatchable, I say.
Why? I swear I haven't watched a minute. And I used to love the fucking show.
The acts are terrible.
Yeah.
And they're crowing over them. And
lacking Prince Poppycock.
Yeah. Well, there was one. Here's a prime example of the problem they have here. There's one act. There was some guy that was kind of some Zen guy, and he levitates himself. And they put him through. But it's all he does. Like one trick.
Well, to defend, I mean, the early rounds, you know, they just throw a whole shitload of people out.
Why?
Through. I don't know. And then they get to Vegas, and then they, like, have, like, I don't know, a whole room of people, and they go, well, everyone in this room, you're done.
Why even put him through, though?
I don't know.
I've had it. That show.
How's Nick Cannon?
Look, I know Nick is a friend.
That's right. That's my boy.
He's a good host, isn't he?
I don't know. I don't like that.
I didn't mind him as a host.
I just don't like the entire show.
How's Hoo-Hoo?
He doesn't. I mean,
how's Howie?
Harmless.
Yes.
Harmless.
Yes.
Harmless. That's what he is. He's harmless.
Is Sharon still on the show or no?
No, she. I don't know why she's not on that show anymore.
She had something with the network, I remember last year.
Yeah, she had a little issue with her son Jack and the network, I believe. And, you know, she left nicely, but I wonder what the real fucking story is there. How's Heidi Klum?
There's nothing going on the show.
Nothing.
How's Howie Mandel?
Fine.
Fine.
He's fine. There's nothing exciting, nothing, no surprises, nothing thrilling.
Howie Mandel takes the lead because it seems like all the other judges don't even want to say anything.
Why?
They have to be called upon before they actually give their critique or any comments of what they just saw. It's always Howie taking the lead.
Howie Mandel or Stern?
Howie Mandel.
Wasn't Stern supposed to be like kind of the...
He's supposed to be like the Simon Cowell.
He takes the lead every so often.
But what happened? Wasn't he supposed to be the kind of edgy guy like Piers was?
He's not edgy.
He's not at all. He loves kid acts and animal acts.
I didn't see him put down one person.
Right.
And like this guy, he actually buzzed the Zen guy.
Right.
What was his name? Something Head.
Special Head.
Special Head. And he buzzed him before he got to his trick. There's his trick. And people are like, oh, shit. And then Howard took back his buzz.
So what, he's levitating?
Yeah.
That's pretty freaking cool.
Nick Cannon's got more personality than most of the hosts do. He's not bad.
Fucking magic.
How did he do that? Does anyone know?
Yes.
Obviously, that's something to do with the stick, and he's wearing something underneath that getup.
Fucking wizard, this
why
guy.
He can't walk very well.
Right?
No.
Go first because I think Howard had a premature excification.
Oh, that's premature ejaculation, Joe.
I was annoyed with you.
Well,
I
I
wanted to lock you in a
was,
mental institution, and then lo and behold, you pulled off your special trick, Special Head.
What's wrong with his teeth?
I'm going to take my ex back because I actually like what you did.
He's taking his ex back.
I've never done that before.
Wow.
First time.
This was amazing. And I'm sitting right here and I'm looking and I'm like, how is he doing this?
You know, I'm so glad I didn't.
They're crowing over this like a street performer.
Right.
One
Out
trick.
Of this world.
We just witnessed.
I just saw
Who's
something
that?
That's
I
Mel
have
B,
never
Scary's
seen
wife.
before, and I definitely want to see again. It's a yes.
Why again? Like he did
It's a
it.
hands down, definite yes from me.
I want to see
For
it again,
me.
yes.
It is a yes for me. You have 4 yeses.
You're going to Vegas.
There's nothing that makes this show any different from any other talent show.
One of these talent shows, yeah.
There ain't enough spinning chairs or anything. Nothing that makes it
terrible.
different.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Unwatchable.
I haven't watched.
Nick Cannon might be the best of the hosts, though.
He kind of gets weirdly douchey involved with the act, and you know there was some rap act or something. He was out there shaking his ass with him.
Oh, he does that, though.
Man,
He's
wait.
Mr. Entertainment.
Well, the judges aren't doing anything, so
Well,
he's
that's
got to
true.
do something.
Yeah, I guess he's got to jazz it up a little bit.
How happy is Jerry Springer that the show's
Oh,
really
Springer was
happening.
on there, huh?
The show doesn't really have a buzz this year.
No.
I think the ratings were down 16% from last year, too.
Terrible.
I believe.
Nick Cannon is probably a better host than Jerry Springer. All due respect to Jerry
I liked
Springer.
Jerry Springer on that show.
He brings a little youth into the program.
Yeah, I go back with Jerry Springer, though, when he was the Nick Cannon guy.
I was watching a little bit of that last night. Very little bit. I think I caught the last half hour or something.
Well, you were curious enough to watch.
Yeah. I had to see what the fuck the deal was, but
yeah.
And then you were all set.
Yeah, and then of course I said, "Wow, the show's terrible." I didn't mention Howard or anything, and some guy's like, "Oh, you want approval from him? You want approval?" I'm like, "What?"
That's it, isn't it?
I'm just
we don't want any
saying
of
the
that.
show stinks. I don't care who's on it.
We don't want any of that. We don't need any of that.
But I don't even care
We've
who's
carved
on it.
out our own careers at this point, you idiots.
Like, it could not even be Howard. Whoever it was sitting in that chair, the show itself doesn't have much oomph.
Let's say hi to Jake in New Jersey. He's going to tell us how that guy levitated.
Oh, thanks.
Jake.
Yeah, he has underneath that fucking big rope, he has this apparatus that has a little seat on it.
Mm-hmm.
And it runs up, it's like a harness that goes around him on the bottom, and it runs up his arm. And when he sits on it, he uses the cane to balance. And the harness and the stool, it's all connected in one piece. And the cane balances him, and he just sits on that and looks like he's floating.
Yeah.
You can see when he walks out, he walks out like he's like a crippled old man.
Yeah.
Let me see that. I didn't
They
see
did that in The Prestige.
Well,
with the
obviously-
old guy that walked with the fishbowl between his legs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But wait, how does he is he balancing against the stick?
Yeah, the stick is some kind of an anchoring device.
The stick, just trying to keep him balanced.
Hold on. We're going to watch him walk
They're
out.
not really showing him walk out. They're showing him a little bit.
Oh, yeah. He's walking out really stiff.
Oh, I'm all right.
All right. What is your name?
My name is Special Head.
I personally have never taken a sedative, but I imagine if I would take a sedative and look in the mirror, I would see special.
Let's see if he
head.
anchors the stick somehow.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Now, the stick itself
Special head.
He's laying it down, but they're
has to
showing the
be
judges.
anchored.
They're not showing him right now.
All right, let's look at the stick.
Somebody want to get that?
Oh, boy.
I hate the cutaways.
That was a horrible lie.
Now, he's oming and making noise.
I hate the audience shots.
Yeah, the audience shot. Everything is just... All right, now he just did something very Hinge-like with the stick.
Did he?
Yeah.
It's probably magnets.
Messing up his machine, Howard.
I don't know.
How are you supposed to meditate if you're hitting buzzers?
What's he doing?
Nice.
Right, they go on that one guy happened to be shooting him.
He just, lifted his legs up. He's now sitting.
That's pretty freaking cool.
It looks cool.
That's a really good trick.
The explosion is a distraction away from, I would say, the bottom of that cane, there's a peg that comes out and goes into a hole in the rug that he's with.
Because I think Howard had a premature excification.
That's what I think.
I know what he did. I know exactly how he did it.
How do you do it, Chippa?
That real quick guys run out with steps, and he climbs up them, and then he climbs fucking back down.
Wouldn't we have seen that?
Yeah, well, yeah, definitely.
Not if it's quick.
How people bring out steps that quick?
It's a big team of guys.
I don't think you've thought this out, Chippa.
Yes, they have.
No, we haven't.
Fucking magic.
Fucking magic. Yeah, that's some kind of a thing in the stick where he must press something and a big fucking peg comes out of the bottom of it. then he fits it into the floor somehow.
But do you think, let me ask, it's under the rug? Because there is a rug there. So do you think that he has a seat that he's sitting on that attaches to the cane and lifts him real quick?
Yeah, it's on him. That seat is on him. It's strapped to his back, down his arm, and he fucking is able to attach it to the stick that he's holding.
Right.
The stick is not just a stick. It's probably a metal rod that goes right through the fucking thing. Anchors at the bottom by the rug, which has a lot of little designs, which covers up the little hole that the peg goes into. And he's literally sitting on a chair that's anchored to that stick.
It's still a great trick.
But he has to attach the stick in the chair.
It doesn't look hack at all.
No.
It's pretty impressive.
Looks good.
Yeah.
Give it to him.
Fucking magic.
All right.
Yeah. Well, I don't like the show. I don't like the show. I think it's
you're just jealous.
lackluster.
You're just jealous, man.
Maybe that's it.
You are. Where's your network show, man?
Yeah, right. I was thinking, every time I see a magic trick that I'm curious about it, I just want to ask Penn. Maybe Penn will tell me.
Yeah, how do you do that? It's probably what you just said, though. Can we see one thing at the end? When the smoke drops, that is a distraction.
Yes, yes. And it's for him to pull the stick out of whatever's anchoring it.
Yeah, because he's got to walk away with that stick.
Yeah.
How is that one guy mic'd?
Okay, let's see.
That's pretty freaking cool.
All right. He pulled that stick up.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, he did pull it up.
Show me again real quick. The last half a second.
There's something going on there.
I want Howard to go first because I think Howard had a...
Yeah, but it's really subtle, man.
I mean, it's a good trick. It's a good trick. Penn's got to tell me how that's done.
You know, Nick Cannon believes it was real. Because those people...
Black people are very frightened of magic.
They hate it.
Those people
Very
believe in
frightened.
magic. They're scared of it.
There was
they don't understand that.
When Who Kid was in here, the minute it brought up David Blaine's name, he called him the devil.
Why?
What is it with black people and
Black
magic?
people don't like magic.
Are they creeped out by David Blaine?
Oh, yeah. Have you ever seen black people on the David Blaine Street Magic special?
Yeah.
They run away.
He specifically goes for black audiences because he knows, what the fuck?
They literally run away from him. They get petrified. They have to run. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen when he does that foot levitation thing. I know how he
yeah.
does it now, but it's still really good.
Oh, Dr. Steve.
Oh,
maybe
great.
he's got an answer.
Here's what I want you to do.
Yeah,
Look.
you put the stick in the rectum.
Take one out. Anyone? Yeah,
What's he doing?
He's doing like a card trick in front of some black people.
5 black guys.
Yeah. Stick it in wherever you want. All right. Look, I'm going to do a quick mix, right? Done, done, done. Look, ready? Watch this move. Oh, did I hurt you? It's all right? You all right? Did you feel that just now? Look inside of your bottle. One card, just now.
It's inside the black guy's beer bottle.
Crack it open.
That's unbelievable.
No more. Let him see it too. How you doing, friend?
So the card's in the beer bottle.
Now, is that...
What? What they don't explain is David Blaine rolls up with his crew and is like, hey, let's have a beer and do some magic tricks.
Right.
So he hands out the fucking beers, obviously. Because they all have a beer in their hand. That's what gives it away. If the one guy had a beer, then it would be more believable.
Dr. Steve just
But they all
sent me-
have fucking beers that aren't even open yet. So he just rolls up. Hey, let's have some beers. Going to show you a couple card tricks.
Dr. Steve sent me a link.
To what?
To how the guy did the levitation thing.
Yeah.
There was more of a rudimentary brace that the guy used. It didn't break down as easy, I guess. But they show it's fastened to the ground.
Can we see it?
It goes up his arm. It does something.
What's it called?
But how does
It's
it...
called the seat fall trick.
Oh.
Let me see.
But what about the right side where there's nothing there?
Exactly.
How does he balance that part?
He's already on a chair. It's under his ass.
No, I get it, but I mean, you know,
The stick. No, he's sitting on a seat that lifts him, and there's something under the rug which balances him. So you don't need anything on the right side.
Yeah, it's true.
It's like
Right, so he's
you ever see a person on a chair coming down the banister?
right.
It's like it's something like that.
Okay.
What's it called?
It's the
Secret of Levitation in India. That guy right there. Crank it up. There we
what
go.
yogis are supposed to have been doing for centuries.
Hey, yogi.
And what this Indian appears to be doing today. As a young man many years ago, Indian psychic investigator Premanand set out to learn the secrets of the yogis.
According to yoga, people get 8 special powers.
Oh.
And one of the powers is to levitate in the air.
You will go to
But that
Bangkok
power,
Palace.
he discovered, was not the result of spiritual uplift.
Wow.
As the yogic demonstrator climbs back down to earth, the means of his suspension becomes clear. Concealed beneath his robe, there's a sturdy steel rod which runs down his sleeve to a chair on which he sat. The whole contraption is anchored in the ground.
Wow.
So now, obviously, you can make one of those a little more flexible, a little articulated.
Oh, so when he's...
And this is the trick that...
When he's like popping the smoke,
yeah,
he's unhooking his sleeve from the cane.
Right.
And when he's... that's why he had to jump up on the cane.
Yes.
You're looking at him jump, and he's actually snapping
his fucking
sleeve
arm
to the
brace
cane.
Put this link on our Facebook page, E. Please.
It's the basic trick, but these little subtleties is how he's, moving the cane around. And
for show.
For show.
Oh, show.
How embarrassing when that one doesn't work and you fall on the fucking chair. Falls off.
That would be great.
Imagine if he jumped up and he hooked it wrong and he fell back and the fucking the carpet came up and you could see his bottom brace. Fucking his dumb anchor
That'd
falls.
roll.
Hey, is there anything you could look up, like magic tricks gone wrong, like in front of people? Like there has to be footage of magic tricks that have fucking backfired.
Yeah.
Where people have footage. And I don't mean some jerk off in a backyard. Aside from Siegfried and Roy, that was a classic.
I'll try this one. It's called Street Magician Does Trick That Goes Badly Wrong.
Oh, no.
Okay. It's sealed pack of cards, yeah? Okay.
Yeah. 6 million views.
Seal them. Seal's still on there? You can check that that's not broken, yeah? Yeah. Okay. I'm going to do, it's a very simple trick. It's simply a pick a card trick. Okay. Beautiful new deck of cards, okay? Taking out those two.
He just did someone's left arm, too.
Do it, let me. I don't want you to obviously show me the card. They're very slippery, they're new cards. Okay. You choose a card. Between the two of you, show it to that camera here. I don't want to see what card it is.
Uh-oh.
Okay?
Oh, boy.
You tell me when you've chosen the card and shown it to the camera. Show it to everyone else, I don't want to see it at all.
All right.
You done that?
Ace of what?
You put the card
Clubs?
back in the pack, please, and shuffle. Yep, and shuffle it again. Okay, shuffle it. Lovely. Okay, I'm going to tell you.
All right. Now the magician's doing some mumbo jumbo with the deck in his hands. Ace of clubs was the
Wait, I'll
card.
make it more interesting now. Wait, okay? Rather than just show it to you. Okay.
Uh-oh. I think he's fucked at this point. Oh.
He threw it against the...
It's supposed to stick to the car window, I guess, but the window broke. I'm thinking that's
Part of
so
it.
staged.
No.
No, this is
It's staged.
fake.
They did it!
No,
It's a prank show.
that's so stupid.
No, but the guy broke the fucking window and took off.
What a waste of time.
I know you just took a chance there. That's so fake, obviously. Why would that have 6 million views?
That's a good one.
All the fake ones do.
God.
Amazing.
This one's called Magic Trick Gone Wrong, and it looks like an old guy whose face is blurred out.
Oh, great.
Right, let's see that.
He yells ta-da and grabs his chest.
Other magicians perform this trick as well and are just as unsuccessful. Being blindfolded doesn't help.
I've seen these.
What are they doing?
Lindenfield did the same
There's
trick.
like
and he had
a spike underneath each one of those paper cones, and he smashes them down.
He says to the lady,
Oh, this is the spike
choose
trick?
Yeah.
any bag. I'll just use that bag.
You know that he's going to be able to avoid the spike. Unless something goes a little bit wrong.
You actually see it in the lady's eyes. There's this slight sort of hesitation because she knows where the knife is.
Okay, yes, I'm pretty sure that this is a
Stuck to his hand.
Oh my god!
Ow! He jammed his hand on it, it's stuck.
Oh my god!
He shakes his hand, and there's blood like lands on her face, and you can see her like ooh, like
blood.
Don't play with knives, kids. Is the basic message.
What is this? A English version of like those
Yeah.
VH1 shows?
Yeah.
But what is it? How are you supposed to avoid that bag?
Oh, that's the
I know
trick.
a guy that. Fast Eddie does that trick.
Does he?
Yeah.
With knives?
He uses like a spike, a nail, or something. Yeah.
Scary.
Yeah.
I
I love a good magic trick gone wrong.
She. I don't know why she's not on that show anymore.
She had something with the network. I remember last year.
Yeah, she had a little
about
issue with her son Jack and the network, I believe. And she left nicely, but I wonder what the real fucking story is there. How's Heidi Klum?
There's nothing going on the show.
Nothing.
How's Howie
I've had it. That show.
How's Nick Cannon?
Look, I know Nick is a friend.
That's right. That's my boy.
He's a good host, isn't he?
I don't know. I don't like that.
I didn't mind him as a host.
I just don't like the entire show.
How's Hoo?
He doesn't. I mean,
how's Howie?
Harmless.
Yes.
Harmless.
Yes.
Harmless. That's what he is. He's harmless.
Is Sharon still on the show or no?
No, I swear I haven't watched a minute. And I used to love the fucking show.
The acts are terrible.
Yeah.
And they're crowing over them. And
lacking Prince Poppycock.
Yeah. Well, there was one. Here's a prime example of the problem they have here. There's one act. There was some guy that was kind of some Zen guy, and he levitates himself. And this is no personal jabs at other people that work here. I'm just saying as a whole. That fucking America's Got Talent show is unfucking watchable.
Well, they're going to say you're jealous, so be careful what you say. I used to like that show a lot. I liked it when Piers Morgan was the guy.
It's awful.
Is it really?
Unwatchable, I say.
Why? I swear
And they put him through. But it's all he does. Like one trick.
Well, to defend, I mean, the early rounds, they just throw a whole shitload of people out.
Why?
Through. I don't know. And then they get to Vegas, and then they have I don't know, a whole room of people, and they go, well, everyone in this room, you're done.
Why even put him through, though?
I don't know.